go from structure 1 all the way down. So the pericardial sac is the encompassing area, but if I were to lick this, what would I be licking? Visceral pericardium, which is also called the epicardium, and then the parietal pericardium is the wall of the sac. So from there, you go to the electrical conduction system. You start at the sinoatrial node, and then you go to the atrioventricular node. Down the middle of the top part is the bundle of His, which you can't see, and it branches off into the right bundle branches and left bundle branches, hits the apex and bounces back up to the Purkinje fibers. If we're going to go over the structure of the heart, you've got your right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium is up here, left ventricle down there. So in the right atrium, you have the fossa ovalis, which used to be the foramen ovale, in the fetal heart. And then you've got the opening of the coronary sinus, which is the tiny little blood entrance right there. And so in the, these are the ears of the auricle of the atrium. They allow for expansion, apex and base of heart. Then you've got your coronary sulcus. Now that is the sulcus that runs along the divide between the atrium and the ventricle, and your coronary sinus sits in it, as does your circumflex artery. You have your anterior interventricular groove. So remember, front, in between the ventricle groove or sulcus is going to be what these vessels sit in here. And then you've got your posterior interventricular groove, which is what these vessels sit in here. You've got your interatrial septum, which is the divide between the two atriums. Your interventricular septum, and interatrial septum is up between the atriums. Your ligamentum arteriosum attaches from your pulmonary trunk to your aorta. And then you've got your vessels. So we already went over coronary sinus. From the aorta, there's the coronary arteries. Your right one goes down the right atrium and then branches into the marginal artery. Your left one goes underneath the pulmonary trunk. It just kind of peeks out right there, and then it branches. Don't worry about the one going down, but the one going along the seam is going to be your circumflex artery. Next page, you've got your blood flow now. So it goes from your right atrium down your right atrioventricular tricuspid valve. The chordae tendineae hold it and are controlled by their papillary muscles. This meaty part of the heart is called the trabeculae carneae. So from the ventricle it goes up the right ventricle, it goes up the pulmonary semilunar valve to the pulmonary trunk, out the left and right pulmonary arteries to the lungs, and back into the right and left pulmonary veins, into your left atrium, down your left atrioventricular bicuspid valve or mitral. Again, chordae tendineae, papillary muscles, trabeculae carneae. And then from there, you can see underneath your bicuspid, there's the aortic semilunar valves, and that is the entrance to the aorta, the ascending aorta, the aortic arch. You hit the three arteries, the brachiocephalic first, left common carotid, and left subclavian.